Good evening once again, and welcome everyone. I am Vanessa Portillo, City of Livingston City Manager. It is an honor to be here tonight to celebrate this monumental event. Many years in the making, of course, and many more years in the city's bucket list. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the Livingston Recreation Department. Our entire recreation department, our commission, and all of the volunteers that never gave up on this dream, and their countless hours of working behind the scenes to make all of this a reality. I would also like to take a moment and thank the LFA Association, the owners and the board. I'd like to thank them for their patience and not giving up on our dream, because as you all know, grants are not easy. They don't get approved overnight, and they were the most patient and understanding people of all. So thank you so much, because without your cooperation, we also wouldn't be here making this dream a reality. We can say definitely that LFA was instrumental for us to be here where we are today. I can go all night naming all of those people that have contributed to this milestone for us, for the City of Livingston, but I will leave that honor to Mayor Juan Aguilar Jr., who will make some introductions.
Thank everybody for being here tonight. This is a very special day and evening where we're going to celebrate the passing of the keys. So I want to welcome everybody on behalf of the City of Livingston, the City Council. I want to recognize a couple of dignitaries here. Present here tonight, we have our council members. I think Raul Garcia's not here, but Gagan Duquesne, Maria Soto, and Jose Moran are here tonight. I would also like to thank Senator Ana Caballero's office, Jennifer Hidalgo, for bringing some certificates of recognition. Adam Gray's office, I don't know if Lisa Moore is here tonight. She said she might make it. She's here. Okay, thank you for coming tonight. Appreciate it. Also, Rodrigo Espinosa is here tonight. Okay, so at this moment now I'm going to introduce the Livingston Farmers Association Board of Directors. We have Steve Moeller, President. Thank you for coming tonight, sir. Joe Brown, Vice President. He's here tonight. Bill Schreiber, Secretary. Dan Mendenhall, Treasurer. Jen Babel, Mike Aoki, Ralph Sauter, and Tom Murphy. And CEO Jenny Snyder is here tonight. Thank you, sir. I would also like to thank the different departments of the city, including the Recreation Department, the Planning Commission, the Parks and Arts Commission, all the city staff that played a role in making this a possibility. Fire Department, thank you for showing up. Police Department, thank you for showing up. There's just so many people that we want to thank for making this dream a reality. We're this much closer to accomplishing a dream that started years ago. A lot of work was done, a lot of advocating, a lot of different stages of grant writing that was very hard, and I appreciate all the dedication of all the departments that played a role. One of the persons we would like to recognize tonight is Lourdes Perez and Kana Tibet for their dedication in taking the lead on this project. One person here tonight, Gabriel Salazar. Where you at, Gabriel? Gabriel, thank you so much. Thank you for assisting in the grant submission and cleaning up round number 4. We're really thankful and grateful for all the work you've done. All the community members that participated in workshops, completed surveys, and helped choose the final project layout. We also want to thank all the city staff, past and present, that made this project happen. We also want to thank the Livingston Farmers Association for their patience over the almost 4 years of them working with us and waiting for us. Also hoping to have this grant available to the city. And lastly, we'd like to thank the California Department of Parks and Recreation staff who guided us through the process and encouraged us all along. So at this point, we want to have staff give you a little background on the Prop 68 grant process. So at this point, I want to introduce Jackie Bernard, and which is our Recreation Superintendent, and Gabriel Salazar, that are going to give a good overview of the whole process.
I always wondered what it would be like to jump into a mosh pit. Could you guys? Come on up here. So we just have a brief little history that we want to go through just to show you what a miraculous adventure we've been on.
So Proposition 68 was announced in late spring and early summer of 2028. It was a statewide park grant program where they were distributing funds for cities and counties throughout California. And this is thanks to the California state senators and congressmen for passing this legislation along with the support from the governor.
So in October of 2018, Melinda Steiner, who at the time I didn't know, but she knew us, who worked with the Parks and Recreation Department with California, she contacted me and said, "You guys have been on my mind, and I just feel like you should apply for the Prop 68 grant." So I just planted that in my mind with no idea as to how in the world we would do that.
So a week later, Jackie received a phone call from Public Health Advocates, which is a nonprofit organization that focuses on helping communities throughout California create public open space and green space. And they contacted Jackie, telling her that they had received grant funding to help low-income communities write grant proposals for Proposition 68. So we started to feel like this was a sign, and we received some guidance to move in this direction.
So things started rolling around again in my head, which they often do. What could be our project? Because our needs are always so great, and those that you have been a part of our programs know we're always begging and borrowing for space to hold programming. So I get this call from this man named Jim Snyder, and he goes, "Hey Jackie, do you think the city would want to buy our building?" And I'm like, "Okay, 1, 2, 3, that's it." And so, here we go.
And yes, so Jackie received a phone call from Jim Snyder, the Livingston Farmers Association. This building had been used, I think, since the 1960s, I think it was, or earlier. Okay, Jim will share about the history of this building. And then, basically with that direction, Jackie was able to talk to the previous city manager, Jose Antonio Ramirez, who at the time was also supportive of continuing applying for this grant. One of the first things that staff had to do was to evaluate and see if the city would be qualified for this grant. So there was a tool, there was a system through the grant application process that basically we could designate different sites throughout the city. And basically those sites had to meet certain parameters in terms of low income, demographics, areas that need a park and green open space. So this is one of the sites that, well, this was kind of the only site in the city that actually was eligible for this grant application.
So we met with PHA and they started putting a plan together. Surveys were taken, hundreds and hundreds of Livingstonians participated. We had workshops that were held with dedicated community members. If you were a part of one of those workshops, can you raise your hand? Those of you that were here too? Yeah. So we had about 35 dedicated people. It was amazing. But what was really good is that with that many different opinions, everybody was on the same page. It really just all came together. We all knew what the needs were, and we were able to put that down.
Once the project was identified, three different layouts were proposed and presented to the workshop attendees and participants. And there, with community input and involvement, the city and its residents and the community were able to come up with a plan for what they want to see their vision for this LFA building and the empty lot that's on the corner across the street. And they came up together with developing a vision for what they wanted to see here.
So then we took it out to our farmers market and we let the public vote on which one they wanted. And the one that you see presented over there on the easel is the one that they dedicated, and that is the one that we actually submitted the grant with. So with the lead of PHA and Gabe and city leadership, the grant was submitted in 2019. We found out in early 2020 that we did not get the award. And talking about being heartbroken, so we called Nikki, who was our grant liaison at the time, and she had come out here for a visit. She was really excited. We toured the building, and we said, what did we do wrong? What was the problem? She goes, that is a fabulous project. The problem was there was more needs in California and other communities than we had at the time.
So like Jackie mentioned, so the first time, unfortunately, the city did not get the grant. But then the city applied for round 4. There was another grant that was same grant. They extended the program. They gave out, I think it was $450 million, but please don't quote me on that, going off of memory. But basically, with that grant, the city applied, like Jackie mentioned, basically would convert this LFA building into 2 courts for volleyball, futsal, things of that sort, a lounge, a computer lab, also a kitchen, restrooms, and then they would create a new parking lot right here, which is this parcel that's next to us, and then the parcel that's over there to the left on 6th and C and D, that would also be converted to a park, and then with that park there would also be a parking lot as well, with kind of like an area where people could walk around and do some exercise during the summertime. A big reason the city was eligible for this was because we didn't have any indoor facilities for the summertime when it gets super hot and 100 degrees. And now we're going to have a space where people can come and share of all ages and be able to benefit from this grant.
So Tuesday night, a project manager was selected. So we bought the building, the keys are going to get passed tonight, and we got a project manager, so everybody get on the bus, and we're getting ready to take a ride. So we will be posting the progress on Facebook. If you guys are curious, give me a call. I'll try to get something up on the website. No promises, Facebook's easier, but we want to keep everybody posted. And so you'll be invited back before 2025 so that we can cut the ribbon, break the champagne bottle, and do the happy dance where you're standing now. But before I turn the mic over to Steve, on behalf of the Recreation Department and the Parks, Recreation, and Arts Commission and the children of our community, we want to give you a little plaque that we made for you. So if you could come up, Steve. Livingston Farmers Association, thank you for all your patience as we applied for the funding to purchase your building. This was a labor of love, and we will keep the roots of this amazing facility alive as we celebrate and serve this wonderful community through recreation opportunities. And we're giving you back a key that you can put in your office. And now he's going to tell you about the building.
Thank you, Jackie. What a wonderful experience to be up here. There's a lot of history here. I look out at a lot of you here, and I can tell you that you've had some LFA board members, LFA members. This is going to be turned into a recreation site. Well, this building was started, not this building, the association, Livingston Farmers, back in early 1900s, about 1919, Livingston Cooperative. Well, and I've got a close friend who says he used to play recreation in this building back in the late 50s, 60s. He and Mike Oakey, Doug Wells, there's a bunch of them that are around. This used to be a play yard. They'd come in here after packing at night or around, so they use it as their rec yard at night. So it's going to be continue to be used for rec yard as it's been for a long time. So as I just explained, Livingston Farmers has been around a long time. It's gone through some name changes, but the Japanese heritage is still here. This coming Friday, we're going to be not groundbreaking, but ribbon cutting on our new facilities out on Eucalyptus, the Huller. We finished the sweet potato shed 2 years ago. So it's exciting to see the city take over some buildings and use them for a good cause. A lot of our employees that pack sweet potatoes live close by. They walk here. We thought what a good experience it's going to be for the kids to be able to walk and stay in the community and be able to play locally. So congratulations, city, and all the things going on. So, Mayor? Yeah, your turn to come up now. Livingston Farmers Association today has over 200 members, growers, the co-op. So on behalf of the Livingston Board of Directors and the members, I am presenting you now the key to this building. You can have all the fun that we've had over the years here. I think I was talking to one lady, and congratulations to you.
Good job. Thank you so much. Appreciate all the cooperation we've done between both organizations. So looking forward to a completion date. I know it's going to take a lot of work. Appreciate the community coming out and celebrating with us. Stick around, get a tour. Jackie, you want to, what's the process after this in regards to touring the facility? Okay, you just did. Okay. So I appreciate the keys. I'm gonna pass out a couple of certificates just to recognize some of the members that really took part in this whole process. So first, we do have a certificate for the Board of Directors for the Livingston Farmers Association. So if somebody from LFA wants to come back and receive their certificate, please. And I do have another one for Steve Muller here, another certificate for you, sir. And Gabriel Salazar, come up here, buddy. And Jim Snyder, please come up here, sir. All right, guys, so we have the key. I think if you have now, go ahead and do some tour of the facility. Jackie, you want to explain the process?
So as you go through, the main plan is over here on the easel. In every room, there is a map with a star as to where you're at, so you know what's going to go there. So feel free, this door will be open, the back door, you can see where we're gonna have a picnic area, where the new park will go, and you can just start getting as excited as we are. So thanks for coming out tonight. Enjoy. We have free snow cones over there to cool everybody off. Please go get one. If you haven't signed our book, please come and do it so that your great-great-grandchildren will know you were a part of this event. All right, thanks everyone.